Hi everyone, back for Tag Tuesday, and this is week 15 of Anne's 52 tags, handmade. I've already clipped together a few things, and I found this very old antique, well, it was like a table runner, but maybe not as long as a whole table, or it could have been a pillowcase or something like that. And it's so old that you can just peel it and rip it, and it's amazing. And I thought I'd use that as the base of my tag, because I liked this little bit of detail. And this is where I've ripped a bit through these two parts of the detail. I've just ripped it, and it's got this gorgeous little scallopy sort of edge there. So I've put a few layers of whites in the sky, and I've put a few layers of different things in the base for the landscape. And it's quite, looking at Anne's one, I was thinking how effective it was, and I thought I wanted to keep it very, very simple and just keep doing it simply, and just use even very, very fine sewn lines throughout. Just very sweet and innocent. It's kind of, it's going to be interesting to see what everyone comes up with, because they're so simple and yet sort of there could be so much in them. So how is everybody? I had a good old natter on last week's one. I think got carried away there a bit. Why not? So I am back and recovered from my house sit with the naughty cat, and they've actually asked me to come and mind the cat, not the dog, again. So I'm going back on Tuesday. When this is uploaded, I'll be going there. So I'm doing this ahead of time, as I do. Do it on the weekend, ready to be uploaded for Tag Tuesday. So I did share those pictures of that cat, and it's because he's a kitten still. He's a bit naughty. Anyway, they're going away for a week, so I'm going there to mind the place for a week. Which means rushing to get a lot of this sort of stuff done. But I'm really actually enjoying just that time away, the time to have some space, have some thought about my future. Been and had a whole heap of medical tests, so waiting back for those results. As someone, some people don't like you to talk about your personal stuff, but you know, this is kind of like a vlog type of thing. But as someone who's had cancer, it's like if you have any little upsets a few years down the track, even though you're meant to be cancer-free, you still always have this background worry about it. And so whenever my health takes a little dive, as it has just this last couple of weeks, I always go, oh, has it popped up somewhere else? So it's a concern I think probably a lot of people have. And so I'll have had some blood tests, gone to a new doctor so I can compile all my history, and let's hope that everything's normal. And I've just been doing a PT session, and it's taking its toll on me. Maybe that's all it is. My body's just going, no, that's too much exercise. What are you doing? But, you know, it is important that we exercise. And it's been fun, actually, to be honest. So I don't know if I said the story, but the lady, I'm in a block of 4 townhouses, and the lady at number 1 is a personal trainer, and she's started through COVID. She's working at home now. So a girlfriend and I decided to go round and do some personal training, but I've been feeling quite faint and nearly blacked out the other day, so that's why I'm doing some health things, checking it out and having a nice little bit of a time out, minding someone else's house where I don't. So if anyone knows about an anxiety disorder, things that worry you can bring your health down. So, yeah, when I go and do a house sit for someone, I don't have to think about anything. It's like renting. You don't think about the pressures of the house. You just go, oh, I don't have to think about any of that. I just have to relax, cook, pick up after myself, do a little bit of art, not think about anything else at all, and that's actually quite nice to do that. So we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that, especially at our age too. We're allowed to do things that make us feel good and are relaxing and peaceful and kind to ourselves, kind to our bodies, kind to our mental health. Oh, this is nice. This is nice and relaxing. It's actually 5 a.m. There's my flatmate. I got home and my flatmate's gone to mind a house herself. So we're both minding houses at the moment. And we keep having one little bit of a crossover where I have to get someone to mind my cat. So that's sort of funny. But same's happening this week, where I'll go and mind this. I could have said no, but I kind of like being over near my whatever he is person, friend. I like being closer because it's a lot easier to see each other. And it's nice to cook him a meal and hang out and watch some TV or something together. Anyway, this time around I'm not getting someone to mind my cat because we've got a 2 or 3 day crossover, but I think I'm going to pop back home. I'm not that far away. I'll be, it's about 45-minute drive, so it's no big deal. I might just pop back home, check on the cat. I've got a cat feeder that will just, it's an automatic feeder that can put out the kibbles at different times. So I'll just be doing that and popping back and getting a neighbour to pop in the morning just for a little bit to make sure she's okay. But yeah, it's only a couple of days. Cats are good that way. You can kind of have a lot of things organised and they're fine. I'm kind of liking this little white. So I'm only using one thread of the floss. I was just going to get out actually just normal cotton, but I thought I'll just do, this can be quite a bit of, so Anne was just saying running stitch with maybe a bit of pistol stitch or French knot for flowers, but I'm just kind of doing this running stitch, but it's turning out a little bit more like seed stitch. It's the same stitch, isn't it? It's just a running stitch in different directions. So today I've got both the girls coming because they're both, it's Lily's birthday tomorrow, Sunday, the 11th, and it's Alicia's birthday on the 16th, so they're coming for lunch. And we're going to do a little bit of gardening, hopefully it won't rain, together. We've got some potting mix in the car we got last night, Lily and I got it last night, and we're going to do some repotting of the indoor plants and a bit of clean up in the garden out the back. And if we're lucky, and I think he's going to, but my brother and his wife are going to pop in, which is fabulous because they haven't been here for a while, and she's had an operation, so we haven't seen her since her birthday. And also their cat that was 19 years old, beautiful, beautiful old cat, but had arthritis and was a bit old, finally passed away last week. So they've been really quite upset about that. So that'll be really lovely to see them. I asked Lawrence over, but he's been in the middle of moving house and a bit exhausted. So I don't know what will happen about that. He probably won't. I don't know if he slept at his new house last night or if tonight's the first night. There's something quite soothing about just stitching. I'm so grateful. I tell you who I'm grateful to. I'm grateful to Anne for these projects, but before that I was grateful to Rachel from Roxy Creations for her love of stitching. When I did the 100-day project, following along Rachel and Sarah stopped, but following both Rachel and her sister Sarah, I just really got just something really lovely about stitching in that time, and didn't even know I could do it or enjoy it or love it. And this has been a wonderful journey, and it's only day 15, week 15. We've still got a long way to go. Everyone will notice I've buckled and got fed up of the whole trying to thread a needle thing and just got... Now, Felicia from Mouse Potatoes was suggesting these, so I have got some. I think Felicia's got them on her Amazon page, and I've put up a lot of stuff on my website. I've got about 4 different... All the things I use are up on my website now. I think the sun has to have a French knot or two. This is the sun peeking out from behind the clouds. It's all right that it can be a little bit abstract, isn't it? Enjoying this one. It's going to be a very fiery sun because it's going to have some orange as well. It's got very yellow. Sort that little knot out. Oh no, don't you hate that? No, I'm not going to get that through, or am I? No. Alright, just going to... What am I going to do? Going to... Alright, happy accidents. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to do more of those happy accidents. Gotta love a bit of spontaneity. Alright, that's as far as I can get that going. to, but I'm going to do that. Secure that. I'm going to do one more. And secure that one. Come out the front now. This is what I'm going to do. There's my little sun rays. I still might put a little bit of orange underneath. Move that out the way for a sec. Just want to do a couple of little tiny stitches, like little lines out from the sun. Right, I'm back. Now the rays of the sun in orange have been done underneath. This is like a turkey stitch, but it's a bit longer. I mean, it wasn't an intentional turkey stitch, but it was a happy accident. And I've done some white straight stitches and a few little tiny white French knots to look like little flowers in the landscape. And everything so far was done just with one, aside from the turkey stitch looking like more, but all of this has been done with one thread of the embroidery floss. And so now I'm using a sage green, which is 2 strands, and it keeps getting tangled. Probably made it too long. Okay. Just going to do that along the bottom. I've started this 3 times, and every time my wool's got knotted and I've started again. You know what, I'm not starting it again this time. It can just start to behave. Don't know why this one's very knotty. Put this one all along the bottom. So once again I am reminded of this perfect imperfection, where the things we want to or we expect to go a certain way don't, and how we just have to let it go. Just got to go with it. Just let it go. Let everything be what everything will be. I think I'd like to stitch around this hill or mountain or whatever it is, landscape. Or do I want to do that? Well, let's see how it looks, and then if it doesn't look the way I'd like it to, I'll just unpick that bit. I don't think it's terrible. In fact, it's such a pale thread, it's almost like you can't see it. Okay, not bad. Right, there we go. Just cut that off. Right, I've added in a baby blue thread, and this one's actually got 3 strands. And this is actually the pattern in the background. It's got green leaves and blue leaves, and it had an orange leaf, which I've used for the sun. So I'm using this blue leaf as a bit of a background hill off in the distance. I think what I'm going to do with this bit is continually go over the hill in a curve. Follow that line around, but just coming in a little bit. To get around and fill this up. Alright, so it looks almost like a little seed stitch through there. Now, I think, let me have a look how this looks. Just going to secure that one down. I've only wanted to use bright colours for the sun, nothing else. I've wanted to keep it all fairly muted, other than this foreground bit, which is darker. and this pattern one. All right, put one more. And maybe one more there. Right out to the edge there. All right, now I think I can still put something over here, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to use that just single white again. It's just very fine, isn't it? It's amazing when we go from 2, 3, 6 or 12 flosses down to just a single one. It's like, oh my goodness, it's so fine. But I've been enjoying coming back to that and doing that a little bit, because it's adding just another, you know, there's just so many different textures you can get when you use single right up, well, especially on the one where I'm doing on the Thursday. I can't remember what I was going to call it. I haven't actually named it, but the Thursday where I've been uploading the stitch wheel and the Diana Vingert that I'm doing. Thread Thursday, I think they are. That's what I reckon. I think that's what they should be called, Thread Thursday. So that's where I've been enjoying using 6 and 12 strands. So that's quite fascinating. All right, here we go. I thought I'd like to add a little bit of purple in. Not too much. I mean, the contrast of the different hills and the different clouds and that, you know, it's almost like you don't need to go over the top with your stitch work. Do a single thread. Good job I've got lots of needles here. Or am I running out? Here's a tiny one. Definitely using this for that. Or not. Might not even get this through. It's so tiny. Oh. No, how hilarious. Just about. Okay. Here we go. Got it. Alright, tiny little bit of purpley mauvey colour. So what are we doing with it? Maybe just some tiny little flowers. Tiny little pistol stitches. Very subtle. I think I'm at the threat of overkill, so I'm going to stop that now. Maybe this one's coming up over to the left a bit. I just wanted, I was using a plain tag to keep it simple and to not detract from the little mini tiny scape. How cute. Alright, I think that one's done. Little tiny scape. Okay, here we are. This is the end. It's got a little bit of seed stitch, French knot, seed stitch, straight stitch, and tiny little pistol stitch purple flowers. and the sort of turkey stitch with a bit of orange sun rays coming through on a very old, beautiful table runner or something. Week 15. Oh, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.